Thanks for tuning in to Music Men and My Mental. I am your host today. I am DJ DeVone, and we are all things career, relationships, and your overall health. And today I have a very special guest. Her name is RaVal Davis. Did I say it correctly?
It's RaVal.
RaVal Davis. I call her V. Sorry.
RaVal too. Yeah.
RaVal.
What's up?
Davis. Yeah, okay. I can go into many things about you, but this is about career, relationships, and your overall health. And you embody this and tell the people who you are.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. That means a lot coming from you who embodies all of this also. I'm RaVal Davis. People call me V. My friends, people that know me call me V. Mm-hmm. A lot of people call me RaVal that have known me for like decades.
Right.
And I'm cool with that too, But I am an actress. I'm a body positive advocate and I'm a host.
Yes.
Yes.
Lots of personality. Yes, it's good.
Yeah,
and that was in a good way, like lots of personality. I was like, wait, that came off like shady, but like lots of personality. Which is, we'll go into all these other topics, but I love your story because like you just did like a whole career change. So like you didn't just wake up and one day was like, I'm going to be an actor, or you kind of just did, or like tell them about that.
Yeah. So crazy enough, I actually always wanted to be an actor.
Okay.
I went to an acting conservatory in high school and in college. Really wanted to do it, right? Like I was going to be an actor. That was going to be my thing. I was good. I was really good at it, you know? I went to one of the top conservatories in the country. Won't shout them out because I'm about to tell all their business. So the woman who ran the program there, she was a white woman, and which is typical. People who go to conservatories, people of color will tell you it's a very isolating experience. And they have this thing where they call you in and they ask you like, what do you feel your type is? And at the time, there were really
type like in for typecasting.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, what's your type? Are you a leading man? Are you like all of these things? Are you more Tom Cruise? Are you more all that? So. Yes, there were only 2 Black women really on TV and in film at this time, which was Angela Bassett and Halle Berry.
Hallelujah.
Yes. Okay. And I'm neither one of their type. Okay. I do not have the Angela Bassett arms. I do not have the Halle Berry anything. So that was it. And so her whole thing was like, well, you need to lose. I want to say she said 30 pounds. Ooh. And I was in college, right? So we were still able to say that college weight be on it. Snatch girl. Like waist was cinched, everything was in the right place. Okay. All right. But this was just like, someone not understanding my body type. Okay. And to her, my body type looks like, girl, you fat, you need to lose weight.
Right. But she just saw an ass and was like, listen, girl, stop eating.
Exactly. But she don't realize it don't matter how much I stop eating.
That ass ain't going nowhere.
And that's a truthful, relevant experience. It needs to be represented on TV,
Absolutely.
Right? And now I know that. But at the time, I was very young and impressionable. And so she said this to me. She's like, listen, you're a Black actress. There's already not a lot of jobs for you guys. And then, you need to lose weight or you're not going to work kind of thing. Okay. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to go be a journalist.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I thought you were going to say, like, I thought the story was going to go somewhere else. Like, so I went and I just got,
I fought against
eating
the grain
disorder. I thought you was, I thought it was going to had an eating disorder. I was like, oh man, you stopped eating for a month. No. Like, what the hell? You just were like, let me just be what the?
Yeah. I was like, wow. I believed her. And because this was my second conservatory experience. So
I'm ready to find her. Don't even give me her.
That's why I say I'm not going to shout her out.
Okay.
I'm not going to make her famous.
So you become a journalist. Like you just were like, man, I'm just going to go on Monsters where all the jobs were at that point, right? You go on monster.com and just like be a journalist.
Well, I love to write, and I've always been a writer. That's a thing that I've always done too. Like when I was younger, it was more creative writing. And when I got to college, it became more journalism. So I ran the school newspaper, and I met other journalists who were working, one of them being Alfred Edmond, who at the time ran Black Enterprise. Wow. And kind of took me under his wing a little bit because he ran the same school newspaper that I ran when I was there, when he was there. So yes, that was kind of my introduction First job, first career, did an internship at Vibe with so many.
Yes, let's go into your, because for someone who had this, I'm going to stop and I'm going to be a journalist, you had a really, really lovely career that was just crazy for you to just, we'll go into the halt and going back to what but you were flourishing. So go into like, okay, I decided to be a journalist, and then you were like, what happened?
It was cute. It was a cute gig. It was fun. So first job was Vibe. Mm-hmm. Then I went to W Publications, which is Hype Hair, Today's Black Woman, Black Men's Magazine. I was on Run's House.
I saw you there. Yes, you were in a board. You were like in a boardroom, like getting things done.
Yes.
But what was your job there? Because you were working with
Angela Simmons. We created The Rundown.
Okay.
Yes. We created The Rundown.
I just have so many questions. But yeah, so you're there, you're flourishing, and then like at the top of your, journalist, your career, what would you say was the top of your career?
Top of my career. Was definitely probably being the entertainment editor at Honey Mag.
I used to love Honey.
Yeah, right?
That was a really good magazine. Mm-hmm. It was like fashion forward. It was chic.
Yes.
Because at that time, Essence was, catering towards an older audience, and Honey was basically getting the younger, like the right under, So
exactly, it was speaking to us.
It was speaking to us.
Because nobody had been, know. So yeah. We had, I want to say that was Nicki Minaj's first cover that we did.
Wow.
Maybe Solange's first cover. We were so ahead of the curve, led by Chanel Odom, who's an amazing journalist, who I initially met at Vibe. And yeah, it was a good time.
So you're flourishing, and then you say...
Well, girl, there were many transitions.
Okay, let's go into them.
Okay, so of course, print is no more. Digital is running everything. Honey goes under. Every publication is going under. You're going to get your check, and they're like, "Yeah, the doors are locked." So multiple companies still owe me money to this day.
Okay, let's come after it. We're like, the teacher, the publications, we after everyone today. Listen, I'm here for you.
We after them.
So they owe you money, and everything's it's a recession basically.
Yes,
but
the recession.
The print happened a little bit before.
Yes,
everything else.
Print died. So transition. I'm a girl. I'm a transition. So because I was the entertainment editor at Honey, I learned a little bit about digital, and that really started my digital career. So I started working in digital. Went to Condé Nast. Let me stop saying all these company names because I might talk some ish about them in a minute. So let me stop throwing out all these companies.
Listen, you can name drop, but then you don't have to say what company it was. I was at
right.
One of these very affluent companies didn't pay me. Just kidding.
That was not Condé does
I know,
pay.
yes.
They do pay.
Yes.
They've got some other things going on. But yes. So yes, they went there, went to another prestigious company, went to a management company.
Okay.
From there, went to the music industry, worked at the label. And that was a very interesting.
I hear this all the time. Everyone's like, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm one of those people that told her, don't do it. Don't do it.
I was like, I want to go to a label. No, girl.
No, you don't.
You love yourself, don't you?
You deserve more. You deserve better.
You literally text me, you deserve more. No, I was like, okay. So you're there, and then what was the breaking point of, I just can't do this anymore?
Yeah. So I actually did Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within, I know he's in trouble right now, and I'm not here for all of his recent activities, but I will say.
What trouble he in? What he doing?
Oh, you haven't heard about? Okay, girl, we don't.
Give me the cliff notes.
So he's had 2 incidents now.
Because is it the fire or is it other things outside the fire? Walking on the fire.
Walking on the fire? It's outside of the walk on the fire. Walking on the fire is great. I walked on the fire. It changed my life.
Wow.
But yes, he also...
If you guys don't know, you have to walk on fire. It's like a test of faith to see if you are strong enough, you have willpower, and you can do anything kind of thing.
You can do anything.
Gotcha. And you walk on heated rocks or coals or something.
Yeah, they're coals that are on fire.
Yeah, you walk across it. So if you don't know, but yes, but this is not the trouble that he's in. He's in trouble because of what he do.
He's in trouble because, for one, there was a woman who was like sharing her experience of being sexually assaulted in one of his, and they film all of his conferences, and his approach to her, and I haven't watched it recently, but his response to her, not appropriate. Then also recently, there was another, and I forget exactly because I didn't actually watch the footage. I read a story about this.
Okay.
Where he basically he said the N-word multiple times to a person of color, and basically said, if that word is going to get you, livid, then the person who says it controls you. And he just starts saying it over and over and over and over again to do. And I'm like, he's
pushing the envelope. He couldn't find no one else to say it.
He should have picked something else.
I get the point of what you're trying to do. But
I hear you.
Hold on, I want to say, hold on. Can I get any black person in the crowd?
Right. Can we talk? Pick someone else. Pick a different topic.
Oh, God.
Sheesh. Yeah. So all of those things he has going on. But
so you go to the retreat, and
yes, I did.
Then you just say, I got to change my life.
So yes, he has this part of his retreat where he takes you through a meditation. Okay. And it's like a negative meditation, right? Okay. Strange, right?
No, I've heard of it. I went to, what's a Momentum, and I think they do this. It's not called negative.
I don't think he calls it that either.
Yeah, but it's like, think of all this bad shit, and you're like, oh my God, I hate everybody. My mother did this, and yeah, okay.
Well, yes, it's kind of like that. So it's like a negative meditation where you envision your life if you allow your limiting beliefs to control your life, and you never pursue the things that you want.
I just got devastated thinking about that. Right? Holy cow, just in 2 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you never go after the guy you like. You never go after the job you want, the career, and you literally think about, he's like, so where are you now? Are you in your same apartment? Have you been evicted? Did your dog die? And I'm sitting there like, dang, I'm in my same apartment, 1 bedroom. My dog is dead.
Oh no.
I'm walking up the steps because it's a walk up.
Of course, because it's to New York City, 6th floor walk up.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, this is sad. I'm unwed. It's just sad, but it did it for me. Like, it was just like, oh, I gotta go pursue my dreams.
Gotcha.
Now, like ASAP. And so I did take another job after that, but I took that job knowing that I had a greater purpose. Okay. And I really needed to do what was in my heart.
Okay. So, but then you quit. You were like, I'm out here. I'm out. I'm out. Good. I'm deuces. I'm out to be an actor. Yeah. Tell that story. You just were like.
So I met my friend Nita because she has this get together, and she's always been telling me since our entire friendship, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I want to. She would always ask me, what would I do if I knew I couldn't fail, kind of thing. And I would always say, I would be an actor. I would be an actor. And she'd be like, well, you need to be doing that. And I would always be like, girl, you don't know. You don't get it. Can we say
that for the people in the bag? What would you do? If you know you weren't going to fail.
If you knew you weren't going to fail.
You just were going to be successful.
If you knew, like, you could try anything, do anything, and you would be a success at it. Okay. What would you be doing? Because that's probably the thing that you love. Right. Right? And so if you can say what that thing is, then it's probably what you should be doing.
Ooh. Look at us just cracking up. That was so deep. I mean, good, okay, right? All right. Anyway, so then she
would always say this to me because she's one of those people that's real deep all the time.
Right. So she's giving you life, and then now you've been building up this stamina though, because you've already went to retreat. You knew you was getting a strategy with this job, and now you're like, okay, I've got this thought in my head, and then
so yeah. So I'm still like, every time she says it, I'm still like, yeah, but you don't understand. You're not a black woman. You don't get it. It's hard for us. Telling her all. And she's just like, okay, girl, whatever, And so I'm at her house at this event, and one of her friends, her crazy friends, and crazy in a good way friend, is like, so what's going on with you? Hi. She's like, has so much energy. She's like, hello. And I'm like, they scare. She's definitely scary.
Because they never have like eyes that are just like scary eyes with them. You're like
they're looking into your soul.
You mad intention making me uncomfortable.
And she looks straight into my soul. She's like, what's going on with you? Hi.
Right.
You know? And I'm like, I'm good. And she's like, no, what's really going on with you? Like, she did the look in, she did the deep, like,
bitch, back up off me.
And the way she did it, I was just like,
you felt it.
Well, I'm thinking about being an actor.
I knew you must have broke down.
I was like, I was thinking about being an actor and I don't really know, what to do and whatever. And she was just like, oh my God, you have to do this. I feel this right now. She just like did all the things. And so I was like, well, I don't really know what I'm doing. And actually one of I think her brother is like a producer, screenwriter. She was like, well, I'm going to connect you with him. Mind you, I don't think she ever did. But this moment is still important because she's the one who said, she was like, so many people in the industry. She's like, you just need to tell them that you want to be an actor. And I'm like, girl, they're going to look at me like I'm crazy. Okay. And she's like, no, you need to send out an email. And I'm like, so that's where the idea of the email came from. Okay. She's like, you need to send out an email to everyone you know and tell them you want to be an actor and tell them you need their help. And I'm like, that's a good idea. Okay. I'm going to do it. She's like, all right, when are you going to do it? I'm like, cool.
And accountability.
And accountability.
Listen, I'm crazy. She was crazy. A good friend. That was the gods coming down and talking to you.
It was straight up intervention. I needed
we're Sagittarius, so we need people to be like blunt and be like, okay.
Yes, you need a slap in the face. Like
I always say, God, give me a sign, a big sign. It'd be like,
the sign is like, ugh.
Right, it's smack in the face. So wow, that's crazy. So then you finally do it, right? Oh, girl, come on.
I know, right? So it's like Monday, and she's like, did you send it? It's like Tuesday. It's like a week, 2 weeks roll by, and I'm doing all of that. And I'm like, girl, can you back up off me? I have not sent the email yet.
Okay.
She's following up with me.
Wow.
Mind you, while this is happening, I wrote a story for Essence about Orange is the New Black. This is what happened. It really forced me to write the email. So I wrote a story about Orange is the New Black and how Orange is the New Black had inspired me to act again because of all of these women that looked like me. And this was my first time really seeing that many women that looked like me that were my reflection on a major television show. I was like, oh, so we really can't, it like helped me. It broke through my limiting beliefs even more. Like this lie you've been telling yourself that you can't be an actor because you're a curvaceous Black woman. It's a lie, sis. Like, it was that. And so I wrote a story about that and how I had been inspired to act again. And it finally, I sent it in to my editor and it got delayed for some reason. And I wasn't really, inquiring about why. But finally it got published. She just sent me an email like, hey, your story's published. Right. And I'm like, oh. Right. I said I was inspired to be I'm not acting now. Let me send out the email. So then I sent out the email like, hey guys, wrote this story in Essence because I'm inspired to be an actor again.
So you didn't even know. So your alignment was there.
It was like boom, 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 boom.
Because, you were procrastinating, but like the reality is such a strategy because you have a published piece of work to be not like, hey guys, I just want to act. Anybody give me my headshots. It's like, well, since I'm writing and I'm a successful journalist, you see my work ethic, you know that I really mean this. And I actually wrote about it. Yeah. You can read it. So
that's true. That probably validated it to a certain...
100%.
Yeah.
Opposed to
I didn't think that through at all, though.
Just sending a text with, hey guys, I just want to act. If you hear some gigs, let me know.
But that's where I was. Like mentally and emotionally, I was in this space.
That's what you wanted to do. But the star just aligned for you because... You were procrastinating, but you didn't realize that there was a strategy, just being, that was bigger than you.
Yes.
Oh, look at us, just speaking life over here.
Yes, yes.
That's
my
dope.
GPS system, right. AKA God.
Yeah, listen, you always say God is your agent, right?
I say God is my agent, but before I said God is my agent, I would always say God is my GPS.
Yes, there you go. So then you go in full-time acting, and you've been doing a lot. Like, talk about all the things that you've done so far.
Sent that email. A bunch of people reached out, hey, and gave me resources. One person specifically was like, let me connect you with my old acting manager. Okay. And we had a meeting. She liked me, started working immediately. Within 30 days of me sending that email, I booked my first national television commercial.
Easy, breezy, national TV commercial. Check. In the bank.
Boom. And it was so over the top was the thing. Even now when I think about it, I've booked so many commercials since then. This commercial was really over the top, and I know God did this because he needed to show me, you know? And so, like, I mean, they flew me to Miami. They put me up in the W, you know. They would not let me walk. When I was on set, I was like, I'm going to go to the store right here. The store is like maybe 10 feet. We'll drive you. I'm like, it's right there. They're like, well, we can't have anything happening to you. We need to be. And I was like, so y'all just gonna treat me like I'm Beyonce?
Yes, you thought you were Beyonce.
Okay.
It's good. It's
you know,
good.
right? It's good.
Why are we both tearing?
Why are we both
We're
crying?
both tearing up. We're like, I want to be treated like Beyonce
That's
for
how
a
you,
day. I hate you. Anyway, yo, you're dumb.
We're crazy.
We're crazy. Oh my God, we're legit tearing up. Yes. Okay, get it together. So now,
like legit crying, like real tears.
Oh my God, it's all right. Yeah, all right. And then you just
there we are.
Then from acting, personality, influencer, but like what the how did this happen? You were like, I want to be an actor. You booked this commercial. You're like, wow, I get treated like Beyonce, and then boom, from there, it's just like...
And then it was like one after the other. I booked another national commercial, like right after that. And funny enough, the person who booked me for that next commercial was someone that I had known and worked with many times throughout my career. And that stuff started to happen too, you know, where like people start to see you working and they're like, oh, I see you. Let me support you. Let me hire you for this. Let me do, like people want to support you as a thing. Right. Which I didn't think that.
Oh, that's one of my questions that I'm going to go into for you is because like you're crushing it, you're doing it, and you know besides the panels, I mean, I just want you to share more about what you're doing before I go into connections and relationships, you know, career relationships and health.
Yes,
but relationships. I mean, you are your gift as well as being an actress and you know influencer. You are a connector. Like you really connect people. Like you are one of those people that's like, girl, this is what you want to do. Hold on. Let me introduce. I mean, you will grab a person and say, hey, like most people say, oh, here's this person's IG. Why don't you go and check them out and, you know, follow them and maybe send a DM. You're like, oh, hold on. Let me shoot this DM for you. Or I have had you pull me and say, you need to know this person. You should hire her. She's a great DJ. You know, like that's
you are.
Thank you, but
you're
like
amazing in many ways.
Many people do not do that, and that's like such part of your gift in relationships, and which we'll go into that. But I want to hear more about like the other things that you were doing. You know, you acting, and then how did you get into like body positive and influencership and. I mean, you're on every panel that has a fluent Black woman, anything. I
received that.
No, seriously. And even funny, I'll be like, are you doing so and so? Nah, not yet. Girl, next week, what flight you on? I'm like, so how did that come about too?
Okay, well, first I want to say, I feel like about being a connector, I do that because somebody did that for me.
Absolutely.
So yeah, like I feel like that's what we're on the planet for. Number one. Number two, what was your question just now? You said
just what you were doing
what
and
was
like
I
how
doing?
You kind of so acting kind of led to doing the personality and doing voiceover.
Yes.
And I mean you're moderating panels and so everything.
I don't know what it is about being an actor that people think like because I wasn't trying to be a host, but people think they see you're an actor, or maybe people just saw that in me that I could host and asked me like, hey, can you host it? So the first two major things that I hosted was the Great Girlfriends Conference. I hosted a panel there. And then also the New York, it's not the New York Urban League, the National Urban League. Also have done stuff with New York Urban League as well. But the National Urban League Conference, they asked me to do something, which is like such a major conference. And I was like, y'all want me? Okay.
Right.
You know, so those were like the first two things someone asked me to host, and I was freaked out and scared. Oh, and then obviously Samsung. Samsung asked me.
Right, just to like host the Oscar, like
that
viewing.
definitely happened.
Right.
Yes, but the first thing they asked me to do was to come and speak about overcoming your fears in that huge theater at Samsung 837.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful, but it's massive when you're on that stage looking up.
I know, because it's like all the way down. You have to look up into it's like like bleachers, and it's pretty cool.
It's like, oh, y'all all just watching me right now?
Right. And you're there to just talk about your journey and to help people and to moderate.
So that was that. Yeah. But then one of the highlights of my career thus far has definitely been hosting the Oscars for Samsung.
And she came out looking like a whole Oscar. She had like gold from she was texting me, where can I get I need to get my roots done. She made her blonde was gold and just popping. She had the gold dress. I said, look at this cat drinking its milk.
I had to get it together that week. You know.
You looked gorgeous.
I was texting you like, girl.
It was good. But no, I'm so proud of all the things that you're doing. And like what do you want to do next as far, besides you're doing movies, you're doing everything.
I did. I shot my first movie. The goals for me, I definitely want to do a voiceover. I have done a voiceover campaign, so I can't
you've
say
done
that.
a lot of voiceover.
I want to do like a really big. So there's those AT&T commercials, which you know the ones. I'm pretty sure that's Lena Waithe talking on those.
Okay,
she's
I think so.
Doing the voiceovers. I want one of those.
You know what? We were just talking about, just putting in the universe, writing it down, manifesting, conjuring, vibrating higher. You said it. You said it here. Is it AT&T? Will we take T-Mobile? Will we take Samsung?
I can totally do a T-Mobile. Verizon.
Just in case. You know what? Listen. Hello. You heard it here.
No, she has such a huge campaign, and I can't say I haven't done a campaign because I have done voiceover for a campaign, but they've been like smaller campaigns. Still like TV, radio, online, whole thing, but I want one of those. Those AT&T commercials are on every 5 seconds.
That's true.
I'm like.
So that's happening next. Okay.
Yes.
So
I want to do that. I want to, goal is series regular on a major television show.
Give me top 3 shows that we're trying to conjure up.
They've changed so much.
That's fine. It can change tomorrow.
I love Atlanta. There's so much great.
I could see you on
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
You see me on Atlanta? Thank you.
At your body, girl?
I'm just saying. Where are the big girls in Atlanta? You know what I'm saying?
They there. Like,
they there.
Y'all can't see, but her waist is smaller than mine, and her ass is double than mine. I'm like, God had time that day.
And on
he had
this
lots of
episode of Exaggerating.
Whatever. But yeah, I can see. So Atlanta, give me 2 more.
Gosh, I would love to do a period piece. So, like, I just finished watching Chernobyl on HBO. Did you watch Chernobyl?
No,
girl, devastating. Don't even do it to me.
Okay.
It's so good though. It's so good. Or like When They See Us is also a period piece in a certain sense. So like that, just that was amazing. Such a phenomenal, phenomenal Ava, series.
She's our queen, and that's it.
I knew it was going to be devastating to watch that, and I really tried to prepare myself.
I did. Yeah, everyone,
there's no way to prepare.
The great thing is that everyone's prepping people about how to watch it. It's like, okay, the next day, try to refrain from being around a lot of people, or, if you know that your spirits are super low, don't watch it. Like, be at a place where you feel okay, take breaks, have a glass of water, glass of wine, so at least everybody's like, coaching people to like get through it. Yeah. But yeah, it was done. It was crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I can see you. I hope you receive these blessings.
I receive it. Thank you.
Catch it, girl.
Catch it. Let me catch it. Wait, you're going to reel me out.
Oh, yeah. All right. So let's go into relationships because you are, yes, we are. You are the connector. You are a person who truly, I believe that like you hone relationships. You are the person that like, you can get a group of 10 people at a table and you will make sure that everyone can help everyone at the table. Oh, wow. That is you. So like, how do you manage these like great relationships? Like if I say, oh, V, they're like, I love V, it's not like, oh yeah, I know RaVal. And they're like I know DeVone. They're like, I love her. She's so great. Like, what are you doing to like? Is it just you were born this way, or like you really had, a moment where you were like, I have to coach these relationships. I have to cultivate them. Like, what did you do to create such a great group of, friends, circle,
Oh man, that's so awesome. Well, for one, I believe that your friends are a reflection of you. Mm-hmm. So where I am now, I've definitely had to prune my friendship circle. You know, I've had to get rid of certain things and not spend certain time around. But I believe that, you are a reflection of those people. You are birds of a feather do flock together. Right. So when I meet people, it's very much, based on a spirit thing. Like if my spirit feeling your spirit, girl,
that's sad. She's like, I don't feel good. I gotta go.
Right? Something is telling me. And in the past, I have ignored some of those signs. Mm-hmm. So, definitely the sign hit me in the face. And I'm like, let me move this sign,
Well, that's probably the more relationship aspects, which we can, because you've done so good with your friends, a reflection of you, but like as far as dating is concerned, where we at with that? I mean,
we are living, hey, single, in a 2019 world.
Yeah, it's hard out here. Are you taking applications? Are you just working on yourself? What are you doing, and how are you managing or balancing that?
I will be taking applications.
Okay.
Howsomever, I'm very clear on the requirements for the job at this point. Yeah.
What are your requirements? Give me some requirements,
girl.
Give me like 2.
It might sound a little crazy, but it is what it is. So if anybody is listening and you, okay, feel free to apply. I'll put my Instagram. We'll link my Instagram. You can slide in my DMs. I do answer the DMs. I do.
My DMs are dry, dude. Like I do not.
I don't believe that.
I had one guy slide in my DMs, and that was a big old mistake. Like I don't get people sliding my DMs, and don't start.
Well, what does that mean though? What does the slide in the DMs mean?
I mean like a real slide. Like they're like, hey, I love it. Because it can't just be like, yo, I want to take you out to dinner. Or yo, you're so pretty. It got to be like, the real slide. Like, hey, I saw you at this gig. You look really good. Or I like your music. Because they have to like grab you. Because you're not going to answer a DM that's like, a dick pic or anything.
We don't.
It depends what day you're having. However, but a real slide in your DMs. So I just don't get those. But okay, but you don't mind sliding in the DMs.
Well, I don't get crazy sliding in the DMs. Okay. I get very much like queen. Which I love. I'm like, I'm so glad.
And I'm like, you call me, I'm going to punch you dead in your face.
I love it.
I'm like, don't do it.
Because anybody who knows me or anybody who's dated me, I am a queen for sure. But I'm just not that girl that's like, I'm not like, I am, burning essential oils and incense too. I am also doing that, but I'm also not that girl. Okay. In all of the senses of the world. But that's how they slide in my DMs.
Okay.
Like, queen, you are so beautiful and blessed. And it's always something about God. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, that's the dirty slide. The cha-cha slide.
You gotta watch them.
Hey, because God just told me to just say something. Get out of here. I haven't had those. I don't know, but I'm not even trying to manifest that. I don't want that. But if that's how people slide, that's how you would prefer someone slide. Like they say a little God, they call you queen. What how can we slide in your DMs? Give me an example.
I don't mind the queen. I'm like, yeah.
Don't mind the queen, don't mind a little God, Jesus. Okay.
Yes.
And then you're
well, so my requirements right now are like, you gotta love Jesus. That's really number one.
That's
specifically.
Real. That's real.
I understand there are many things, many people, we believe in many things. There's the universe, we got Buddha, we got Jesus, we got a whole bunch of stuff, you know? For me specifically, I need you to believe in Jesus.
What if he's like, I just don't go to church, but I grew up, Christian, but I don't go to church. I just don't believe in it.
No. I need you to have an active, real relationship with Jesus, right?
Ooh, you sound like that. That's serious. What, at the end of church, do you have an active?
Yes. Have you spoken to him lately? Okay.
For real. Okay. So he got to be a Christian. Okay.
He has to be a Christian.
An active Christian.
Christian.
So he can't be like streaming church like for the last 6 months.
Streaming church is active.
Okay.
I just want to know. Is
I stream sometime.
My thing is like, do you have Christ consciousness? Okay. That's really what it is. It's like, are you in a relationship with Jesus? Is he helping you change yourself into the best version of yourself? Okay.
I like that.
That's what we need.
Not you thinking you're doing it, but like, is he, okay.
Right. Because you could be in church all day long and Jesus don't even know you like that. You know what I'm saying?
I know some of them people.
Jesus like, who?
He said, what? Don't be calling on me.
I don't know him. I don't even know him.
For real. So then what's another one?
I need to be physically attracted to you.
Okay, let's talk about that real quick because like I don't have like a necessary type. I don't think I have a type, but like I have dated guys who I think in hindsight after I don't like them anymore, I'm like, oh my gosh, they were not that attractive.
Yeah. I have too.
But confused. I'm like, I felt so good. there was something about him. Like, it's just, you just care. Like they have to have a physical aesthetic that's like decent. Mm-hmm.
I just mean that I need to be physically attracted to you in the sense that maybe you are ugly and everybody else in the world can see that you ugly. But to me, I am so physically like, I'm just like, yes. Mm-hmm. When I see you, I'm just like,
Right.
All right.
Gotcha. So it's also it's the physical and the feeling. Okay.
I need some physical.
Cool. Okay. So we're sliding in DMs. We're doing all that. Mm-hmm. So and how are you dealing with being single? You're just kind of like more you're actively going on online dating, or you're just like, you know what, if it comes, it comes, and you feel ready.
I am doing some online dating.
Okay. What are you swiping on?
Girl,
are you on the Bumble?
I'm on
Everyone's
the Bumble.
on the Bumble. Like the Bumble's very popular.
I have been on the Bumble for a while, for years. I actually have gone on dates with guys from Bumble, like maybe 2.
Any bad ones?
Ooh, any bad dates from Bumble?
Just give me. Do you have any like one online date that was just like is bad?
I don't think I have actually. Oh.
What happened was...
It wasn't a bad date, though. I actually liked him, which speaks to who I was at that time.
Listen, that's a real story, because sometimes you'd be like, what the heck? I
gotta get my stuff together. Right. Because I was liking it. Mm-hmm. I matched with a murderer on Match.com.
Fucking A. How did you find out he was a murderer?
Good old Google.
Like, okay, no. I need more. Wait, like you saw like he was in a newspaper, or like his mugshot came up, or like what?
There are articles online about the murder.
Did you ask him about it, or like what? What was
the
case?
It's so ridiculous.
Was it like he killed like a cat, a dog, like somebody's mama? Like what?
It was a whole person. Okay, so there was some. I will say this. Okay, let me just tell you what happened. So I don't know why. This is probably the spirit of God. It was like, Google him.
Right.
I don't know why. I Googled that man.
And that's all of our friends. Like, girl, did you Google him yet?
Mm-hmm. I Googled him. And randomly, because he had a weird name. You know
that
what it was?
Saves lives.
Ooh, yes,
listen,
it does. You cannot be dating Michael Williams.
I told you I almost showed up to some guy's wedding that I dated. I was supposed to DJ because he had a weird name. Listen, those names will say, I'm like, this name sound real familiar. They helped me to DJ this guy's wedding. I dated this guy last year. No bullshit. True story.
Girl, don't go to the
weird
wedding.
Names, they will save your life. Okay.
Or put your life in danger if you go into the wedding, child.
Well, look, I didn't go.
Oh,
I was
hallelujah.
Like, no. Let me look it up. So anyway, you look at it and then you see everything. So what happens when you actually find out?
Yeah.
You just were
then I saw everything. Block. I was at work.
Jesus.
So I gotta tell I'm telling all my damn coworkers. I'm like, oh
that's
God,
me. You said it's sad. Girl, everybody, 911 come to my desk.
We all over the laptop like what? And then I remember my one friend who is still my friend to this day. She was like, well, we reading the story. She was like, I think it's kind of sexy.
Yo, I was just about to say, there's going to be that one friend who's like, well, what did he do?
She was
that was 20 years ago that he murdered his, No,
his sister. She was straight up like, that just means he would protect you. I was like,
get the fuck. Or strangle you.
Or kill me in my sleep.
Right.
You know?
Oh my. So you just stop, you block? Like what?
Well, the story was I did not just stop and block. I didn't, because this is a reflection of who I was at the time.
Right, yes.
Now it does, I get a bad vibe or anything. I'm just like, can't do it. But so the story was that he had started warming up his car in front of his house and left the keys so the car would warm up. And a guy tried to steal his car.
Oh, okay.
He runs outside and catches the guy, jumps in the other car seat, drags the guy out the car, and proceeds to beat him to death.
Okay. So,
which is crazy.
So it's I'm surprised he didn't get self-defense though, because
no, he didn't go to jail or anything.
Oh,
he did not go to jail.
It was it was a self-defense.
Probably
case.
Was a self-defense case. But at the end of the day,
I thought he shot someone. So he was protecting himself, and it got a little too crazy.
I don't know that he was protecting himself.
Or was no, that's not crazy.
Because the thing is, what you got to do, and it was an older guy, I believe,
and it probably was a crackhead too. That's a thing.
Yeah, it was somebody that
that was a bad day.
You punched him one time, he probably was out.
You don't know what day people were having, man. He was like, don't ever. And he won't ever. Dang, I'm sorry.
So then I told him, how did I tell him? I tried to be slick about it and tell him. And that didn't work. He was just like...
tell me. Yeah, because he's been through that
exactly.
before.
He knew that I knew at that point, and he was just... And then we got into his background, and then there were other things, and he had been shot, and so-and-so had shot so-and-so, and da-da-da-da. I was like, oh.
That juju is running deep. Yeah, that's one thing you're like, okay, let me see.
He was really good looking.
Of course he was good looking. You know what? I was about to let me keep it PG-13. I was like, of course he was good looking. And of course. And then he's like,
I hadn't sampled, so thank God.
Let me get that murder peen real quick.
Girl,
it was killer. No, just kidding. That's not funny. Anyway, we have to wrap up the show soon. So, all right. Let's go into your mental. Okay, I can't even do a good segue to that because I'm just like, yo, you were stupid. Okay, mentally, where are you at now? You're dating yourself and you're doing well in your career. Mentally, health-wise, you're a spokesperson for being healthy and positive. You have your green juice right here.
I do.
Skin's glowing.
Really?
Yeah.
I have been working on my skin because my skin has been trying
me too.
Okay.
You look like you're drinking water, minding your business.
I am
putting coconut oil on.
I am.
Mentally, how are you feeling? How are you feeling?
I am in a good space. I feel so happy and excited every time I really get to practice self-care and take care of myself. It really just makes me happy that I take care of myself the way I do.
Just by yourself, or do you like to do it in a group? Or
I'm cool with a group, and we've worked out together and stuff. I go to the spa with my mom, my sister, so that's fun. But I'm just really excited about how much I see that I love myself in an active way, because we talk about self-care and all of those things, but what are the active practices that we can do, and it's beyond going to the spa. It's how you talk to yourself every morning.
Okay.
And, casting out those negative thoughts. When those negative thoughts come, I'm like, devil.
Yeah, not today.
We ain't doing that.
Today.
You know what I'm saying?
And also
that's probably a really weird sound. That was my kung fu voice.
And also, you're big on putting Post-its on your mirror and stuff, right?
Yes.
Putting little mental notes.
You the bomb, girl. And your booty's popping.
And your booty's popping. Look at that ass. Look at that ass.
Yes. Look at it, girl.
Okay, so at the end of every show, I like to do emoji. So this time we're going to have, so it's I pick an artist. So we have Beyonce as our artist, right? We get to do, the sad, Beyonce, her sad face, it's not really, in that space. We have the shady Beyonce who just gave the shade at the basketball game, that one. And then we got happy Beyonce when she sees the twins and blue. So we go into your career. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, give what Beyonce emoji
what
would
Beyonce
you give?
do I feel about my career? It's here.
Is that the happy one? The happy one?
That's her. I feel like her happy is never like overjoyed.
We were just talking about that. Right? We're like, she's gonna give you like.
It's like
she's not gonna be like.
She's never. It's very rare. You never see that. She's very like.
Yes, there you go. Yes, hi.
Hello. That's how I feel about my career right now.
That's fair.
You doing this, sis? We good.
Good.
This is we on. We climbing.
Right.
We working.
What about your relationship?
Oh, shade.
Let's break that down because I feel like with your friendships, you're just flourishing, you're glowing. But we can just go straight into dating, relationships. What do you? How you feel about?
Why do we do that? When people say relationships, you automatically think
like guys or opposites or whatever sex that you're attracted to.
Yeah.
But we'll go there because I feel like you're a connector, like that. That's your gift. But as far as opposite date, dating someone that you are attracted to,
it's definitely the face.
The shady face at the basketball game.
The basketball game. That was very.
Mm-hmm.
You see how she did good.
She definitely went into it and then went like hey sis, at the church.
Yes.
Hey girl, how you doing?
Yes.
Her potato salad is trash.
Right.
How is that? And then mentally, physically. Right. And then mentally and physically.
I am in those rare photos where you see Beyonce really happy when Jay-Z picked her up in the hotel lobby and she's like...
Right.
Very rare. You
without a bad
search
angle because
in the Google
for
those. You got to really search for those.
Beyonce, I want you to be happier in public. The Beehive wants you to.
We do.
But yeah, oh my goodness, I could talk to you all day. Like you are hilarious.
We could do this all day.
But we're gonna wrap up the show. So any pointers that you would give people? I had questions and emails I wanted to go through, but we'll get to another day.
Okay.
Because I'm still laughing at the killer penis. Like I'm going to be laughing about that. It was a killer in more ways than one.
Ooh, I'm thinking about another one. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that. It was a pastor. There was a pastor I dated from an online thing too. He was a mess.
What happened? He was crazy?
He was crazy.
Lord, anyway.
And I believe he was a drug dealer. He definitely drove like a Bentley or something. It was very strange.
He had a storefront church and he drove a Bentley.
He didn't have a church. He was just doing, he was going from church to church, doing a sermon here and there.
He was pushing weight. Okay, listen, I can't with you. We'll do it offline. Anyway, V, how can they find you? Give us your social media.
You can find me on Insta. That's where I am most active. It's RaVal Davis, RaVal Davis, Davis.
Thank you for coming on today, sharing your career, relationships, love, killers, and all in between. All right. So thanks for tuning in to Music Men in My Mental. I'm DJ C DeVone. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, do everything. Give us an email. It's at musicmeninmymental@gmail.com with any topics you want to discuss and share. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.